storm. And we were always told that as between Marco and Laura, the greatest threat was going to come from Laura, and that certainly appears to be the case now. But the good news is we're not going to have two hurricanes, and we're not going to have that short window of time, 12 to 18 hours, to try to do search and rescue and so forth ahead of Laura. And the other good news is we have more time now to focus on Laura before it has any major impacts on our state. And the focus is obviously also going to shift, at least because of the current track, more from southeast Louisiana and then over to southwest Louisiana, basically from Morgan City west. Not that there won't be impacts east of that, there will be, but they won't be as pronounced as we originally thought. But I do want to make it very clear, Laura is still forecasted to be a very strong Category 2. It is forecasted to make landfall Wednesday night in southwest Louisiana. And if anything, it'll come in a little stronger than that, according to what they currently believe. They're watching Laura very closely as she moves south of Cuba, and they want to see exactly what shape the storm is in when it enters into the Gulf. It's not good news that the center of the storm is over the water south of Cuba. We'd much rather it be over the land. That wouldn't be good for Cuba, perhaps, but it would destabilize the storm, and it wouldn't be quite as organized when it got back out over open water. But that's not the case. And so right now they don't see any similar weather conditions that would cause shear or disrupt that storm once it gets into the Gulf. We know that the water in the Gulf is very warm and will fuel the storm, and so they expect that Laura will strengthen significantly and in a relatively short period of time as it starts moving through the Gulf towards Louisiana. We again encourage everybody not to be fixated on the central track because 1/3 of the time the storm will actually make landfall outside of the cone, but the impacts of the hurricane will be felt outside of that cone regardless, with tropical storm winds spreading out further than the hurricane force winds. But if you look at the most recent graphic, we know that they're expecting hurricane force winds at least into central Louisiana. So today we will start our calls with the northern portion of the state in terms of their offices of emergency preparedness to make sure that they are paying attention and that we are responding to any requests for assistance that we get from them. GOHSEP will obviously continue to operate 24 hours a day around the clock. It has processed a number of requests from the parish OEPs, including sandbags, pumps, generators, personnel. Been working with CPRA and Chip Klein and his folks, talking to parish presidents throughout the night and the various levee authorities. CPRA is monitoring 689 gates along the river and across the coast. As of this morning, 396 of those gates are closed. I can tell you in St. Bernard, Cruz and Delacroix are currently pumping down canals in areas outside the levee protection district. In Terrebonne Parish, the Bubba Dove floodgate is now closed in the Morganza to the Gulf levee protection system. In Plaquemines Parish, emergency dredge work was performed in order to successfully close the Empire Sector Gate, which is a critical component of the New Orleans to Venice hurricane risk reduction system. The National Guard has more than 2,000 National Guardsmen ready to provide support. They have staged 94 high water vehicles across South Louisiana, also 55 boats, I think an even dozen aircraft. They've also positioned 1,080 linear feet of super sack sandbags in Grand Isle and completed the delivery of generators and pumps to Grand Isle as well. The National Guard's also received 218,000 MREs and 372,000 bottles of water, and those are liter bottles, in Roseland, and then we'll be receiving more such commodities from FEMA at Camp Beauregard today. The Department of Corrections has successfully evacuated a little more than 1,300 parish inmates from Plaquemines, St. Mary, Terrebonne, and Vermilion parishes.